back to my channel, and if you're new here, hey, I'm Liz. So today I will be talking about 5 Netflix TV shows that I would say are probably the best ones to binge on right now, because these are some of my favorite TV shows and I've watched all of them in under a few days, except for the ones that continued going on while I was watching them. So yeah, I highly recommend all of these. I love them, they're amazing, they're great, they're funny and beautiful, and they're everything that's good. So the first TV show that I'm going to talk about is called Hollywood. It is the newest one and also probably my favorite one. It was released on May 1st, 2020, so basically less than a month ago, and it follows the story of a group of young aspiring actors and filmmakers in post-World War II Hollywood who are trying to achieve the American dream and make it in Tinseltown. While the show is fictional, some of the characters are based on real people who lived in and around the filmmaking industry in Hollywood in the late 1940s, even though some of their names and stories have been alternated to give them the happy ending they deserved but never actually got. Hollywood is, in my opinion, an incredibly beautiful show that is set in my personally favorite time, the golden age of Hollywood. And what's also great about it is that it explores race and sexuality and gender, so I like that. And also, I just love all the details about it. The cast, the characters, the stylist's work, like clothes and makeup and hairstyles, all of it. The cars, the sets, everything is so beautiful. And the music, oh my god, I just love it. So I highly recommend for you to watch it. Next TV show I want to tell you about is called Never Have I Ever, and it has actually been released just a few days prior to Hollywood. It is a coming-of-age comedy drama series that followed the life of a first-generation Indian American girl named Devi who decides she wants to spruce up her social status and her image after a recent dramatic event. I only started it because I wanted something light and fun to watch, but it turned out to be so much more than just a typical teenage comedy. It is actually a very heartfelt show that not only has funny moments, but also a heavy emotional core. It tackles some aspects of being a young Indian American and also some major issues, such as, for example, the loss of a loving parent as a teen. It is a very nice show and I highly recommend it. I watched it in under 2 days and I had no expectations for it, but I ended up loving it, so I think you would too. Talking about high school, the third TV show I want to tell you about is called The Politician. It was actually released last year, so you might have seen it or at least heard of it, but nevertheless it's a great TV show. It's still new, and it was made by the same creators who made Hollywood, Ian Brennan and Ryan Murphy. I have no idea how they do it, but they do it fine. Just like really good. The main character is Peyton Hobart, who is the adoptive child of a billionaire, and he is very studious and motivated, and since the age of 7 he knew that he wants to become president of the United States. So he has this whole plan that he made for himself about how he's gonna achieve the presidential status. But first, to get to the top, first he has to become the president of the student body in his high school. The Politician is a black comedy with some heavy psychological scenes that bring us to the political reality of the US through some insight into teens. This show has also been nominated for 2 Golden Globes, so I mean, That means something, doesn't it? It is fresh. It never has a dull moment. It is funny and stylish and beautiful. It has depth and it has amazing characters, great actors, really good music, and some good old-fashioned drama. I mean, what else could we ask for? As a bonus, it sometimes gives off light Wes Anderson vibes. So if you haven't seen it already, I highly recommend you watch it. The next TV show on my list is The Good Place. It is a few years old and its fourth and final season has already been released about half a year ago. This show follows Eleanor Shellstrop, who dies, and in her afterlife, due to some mistake or some error, she finds herself in the good place, or basically heaven. Determined to stay there, she tries to hide her past and become a better person, and she asks for help from her assigned soulmate. Yes, you heard me right, assigned soulmate. That's what you get when you get to heaven. So his name is Chidi and he is a moral philosopher. This TV show is funny and it is lively and it has so many plot twists that are so interesting, and the characters are just great. They're all very different, they're all interesting. I love them all. There hasn't been one character who I actually hated. It's a feel-good comedy that's lighthearted and will make you laugh, but will also deliver some life lessons. You also wouldn't need to try hard to find a deeper meaning because it is so blatantly obvious, but also not heavy at all. This TV show is something I'd always watch when I was feeling down or when I just wanted to distract myself from something that was going on around me or in my life, and it always did the thing for me. So I think that's something that what makes this TV show so great, especially in these times when all we sometimes need and want is just a good distraction. And if that helps, it has also been nominated for 2 Golden Globes, just like The Politician. Last but not least, a TV show that was released 11 whole years ago, and pretty much everyone knows it, but no one actually talks about it. The Community. It follows the story of a suspended lawyer who is forced to enroll into a community college with quite the eccentric staff and student body, who we get to meet and get to know closer, learn more about them. Like Abed, one of the classmates who is constantly referring to pop culture, which is actually very funny, and each time I get what he's referring to, I make like a check in my head. Or his best friend Troy, who used to be a high school star, but then he bailed on his dream of becoming a famous soccer player and is actually played by Childish Gambino, which I did not realize until I was like a season into the TV show, but that's cool. So I could actually spend hours and hours discussing each and every character in this TV show because they're all so different and bright and interesting and funny, and they all have something about them that I could actually discuss and talk about for a long time. But this video is already getting too long and I only wanted to give you a small insight into the TV show. I could actually talk for hours about all of the TV shows that I just named and all of their characters and episodes and situations that happened because they're all so good. These are TV shows that I genuinely love. But anyway, Community is just a great and incredibly funny show that never ceased to make me laugh, and it always gave me a good mood, and it also has some pretty good life lessons in it, like about friendship, for example. So these were all of the TV shows that I wanted to talk to you about today, and I marathoned through all of them in a matter of days or sometimes even an evening and a night, like it was with Hollywood. I highly recommend all of them, and I'd love to see your comments about TV shows that you would recommend for me or for anyone else reading them to watch while being on lockdown. So I hope you liked this video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to put a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already. And yeah, that's it. See you. Bye.